My beloved child, do not let doubt drown out the voice echoing from the depths of your soul. I know your heart trembles. Your mind swirls with questions yet unanswered. You are standing at a crossroads between faith and uncertainty, between the familiar and the unknown. But I tell you, do not be afraid. I did not lead you here to be lost in the shadows of hesitation, but to help you clearly see the light of your destiny. You are not here by accident. Everything has been orchestrated in the sacred plan, long before your first cry. And now, as the appointed time has come, I speak to you. You are the one who is next. O child, you were not born merely to live an ordinary life. You were created to walk in the extraordinary. Deep within your heart, you may have sensed it, a quiet urgency like a flame that never goes out. There are moments amidst life's chaos when you suddenly feel you were meant for something greater, something deeper, something more meaningful. And yes, that is my calling to you. That stirring is not an illusion. It is a sign that your time has come to rise beyond mediocrity and step into a mission radiant with light. You are chosen to bring about transformation, not only within yourself but also in the small world around you. I see in you an unlit lamp, a seed of potential yet to sprout. And now, with my unconditional love, I long to spark within you a small flame, one that will grow into a sacred fire, warming even the coldest souls near you. You are not alone. I am here, beside you, going before you, and waiting for you at the end of this path. I know this calling may frighten you. You may feel unworthy, not strong enough, not yet ready. But oh, my precious child, it is in your weakness that I will reveal my strength. Not by your ability, but by my power, you will be lifted, guided, and transformed. The breakthrough you've long awaited will not come through striving, but through trust in me. All I ask is a single nod, a quiet yes from the depths of your soul, and I will do the rest. The miracle you long for awaits you on the other side of belief. Do you know that every soul who enters this world carries a message, a divine imprint? But most people never live in alignment with that truth, for fear has silenced the voice within. But you are different. You are listening to me. You are opening your heart, and that alone makes you extraordinary. You are the earthen vessel I will fill with sacred oil. You are the soil into which I will sow seeds of hope, peace, and love, and from you, those blessings will ripple outward like waves, touching dry lives, thirsty souls longing for what is true, what is good, what is eternal. Imagine a life where you do not merely exist, but truly live. A life driven by purpose, where each morning holds meaning. A life where every word, every deed carries the power to heal, guide, and illuminate. This is no fantasy. It is the vision I am drawing for you, if you choose to walk with me. You are the one who is next, to receive a restoration the world cannot offer. The one who is next to be healed from the deep wounds you've carried for too long. The one who is next, not to be defined by your past, but to be reshaped by my love. And you are also the one who is next, to become my extended hand, reaching those lost in the night, those seeking a way home. I know you've endured much loss, much pain. There have been times you asked, why me? Why must I bear such sorrow? But now, let me reveal something wondrous. Every tear, every ache, was not in vain. They were the very stones used to lay the foundation for your coming mission. The tears you've shed will become living water to nourish the parched souls of others. The scars you bear will become testimonies of healing, and you, more than anyone, will know how to grasp a trembling hand, because you've been there yourself. Oh child, don't wait until everything feels perfect before you move. Walk forward, even if your heart trembles, as long as it longs. I do not require you to be strong from the start, only that you are willing to be transformed. The road ahead is not promised to be easy, but I promise to walk it with you. Every step you take will echo with mine beside it, and when you grow weary, I will carry you on my shoulder, because you are the one who is next. The next to bring hope where there is despair. The next to continue a glorious story I began long ago. The next to stand firm in undying love and shine the light from the highest place. So, my child, step out. Leave fear behind. Lift your head. Listen to my voice within your heart and enter the wonder that awaits. For you are the one who is next. My beloved child, do you know that every step you take, every breath you draw, every silent beat of your heart, all of it rests in my deep providence? You may not have realized it, but through all those seemingly ordinary, even wearying days, I have never stopped working on your behalf. What appeared as coincidence, as chance meetings, as slammed doors and tearful moments, each was a note in the song I have been composing for you alone. From long ago, you have been part of my grand design. When you couldn't make sense of what was falling apart, I was quietly clearing the path. When you felt abandoned, I was right there, holding your hand with an invisible love, fiercer than anything in this world. There were nights you cried with your face buried, thinking no one could understand your pain. And in that very moment, I was the one wiping your tears. None of them were wasted. They were sacred milestones on the road you've been called to walk. Oh, child, these trials were never punishments, but preparations. You were placed in the furnace, not to be consumed, but to be refined. Just as gold must pass through fire to become pure, just as steel must be forged to become strong, so have you been shaped into your truest self. I have cultivated patience in you through long, painful waits. I have planted mercy in you through every fall you've risen from. None of your pain has been wasted. Do not look back on your past with regret or resentment, for in every perceived loss I planted seeds of hope. Closed doors made way for greater ones, more beautiful and timely. Sometimes I had to lead you through darkness so you would learn to find the light. Sometimes I had to let you be alone so that you would reach for me rather than lean on another. You are not the product of circumstance. You are the masterpiece of my will. Now that the storm has passed, now that the ground beneath your feet begins to settle, I say this to you: you are ready, not because you are perfect, not because you've eliminated weakness, but because in your imperfections, you've learned humility. In your weakness, you've learned to depend on a strength greater than yourself. You've survived what others thought impossible. You walked through fire, and you were not consumed. You were renewed. I have placed in you what no one else has: unique talents, deep insights, and abilities that belong to you alone. These are the precious gems I tucked into your soul before you were born. They may have been hidden for a time, but now, light will reveal them. You do not need to be like anyone else. You only need to become your truest self in me. Within you is a courageous spirit, not because you've never feared, but because you've faced fear and walked forward anyway. Within you is a tender heart, not because you are fragile, but because you've learned that compassion is the greatest strength. And within you is a wisdom honed by life's blows, now sharp enough to discern good from evil, deep enough to lead others with love rather than pride. O child, you do not need the world's approval, for I am the one who affirms you. I have seen you, chosen you, and prepared you. Every pain you endured, every lesson you learned, every moment you felt lost, I have used them all to forge a spiritual armor around you. Now you wear it not to hide fear, but to face the world with new conviction. You belong to a purpose far greater than you've ever imagined. Do not doubt what I have planted in your heart. Do not let the belittling voices of others drown out the sacred call echoing within. You were created to change the world in a way only you can. There are souls awaiting your presence. Hearts will be healed by your words, your presence, your actions. And as you walk forward, in obedience, in faith, and with courage, you will see that what I have prepared for you goes far beyond your wildest dreams. Not a life of drifting existence, but one filled with profound meaning. No longer haunted by fear of failure, but anchored in the truth that you are backed by the Almighty. So walk, my beloved. Walk into the destiny etched in the heavens. Step into the role I've reserved just for you. Walk, not in pride, but in gratitude and humility. For everything has been prepared. You are ready, and I myself will go with you. From your very first step to the very end, my beloved child, you lack nothing. Every part of you has been intricately and wholly shaped by my hand. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, and there is no deficiency in your being that I have not already filled with love and divine intent. You are made complete in me, seen through eyes of grace and mercy. I do not see you as the world does, but with eyes that perceive the beauty, the calling, and the potential I placed in your soul from the beginning. Now, as you enter a new season of life, you will begin to see that I am not only beside you, but ahead of you, guiding you, strengthening each step you take. Though your physical eyes may not see me, if you quiet your soul, you will feel my hand steering you gently, hear my voice whispering in your spirit, and sense the covering of my grace, like an invisible garment that never tears. In this new season, you will not walk in loneliness, but in sacred companionship with me. You will walk not with the confidence of the world, fragile and fleeting as it is, but with the steadfastness that flows from who I am within you. Not because you have all the answers, not because you understand everything that lies ahead, but because you know who is leading you. I am your firm foundation, the unshakable rock amid life's unpredictable storms. When this truth takes root in your heart, fear will begin to fade, doubt will yield to faith, and each step you take will become a living proclamation. I believe, even when I do not see. I know there are still many questions in your heart, questions about the future, about the unknown, about unclear turns that lie ahead. But my child, I do not require you to understand everything. I simply call you to trust in me. Trust that I am not a distant, indifferent being unaware of what you're facing. Trust that I have seen it all in advance, and in my hands is a plan full of grace and goodness, a plan not to let you fall, but to grow you, mature you, and bring forth fruit in your appointed season. Let your heart rest in this. I am the God of peace, not the author of confusion, not the source of chaos. When the world around you trembles, when people change and falter, I remain the same, unshaken, in perfect peace. In me you will find a safe refuge, a shore that will never collapse. I am the one who brings order to disorder, who builds a highway in the wilderness, who makes a way through the vast sea. And I am doing this in your life, even when you cannot yet perceive it. Yes, my beloved, I am making a way where there seems to be no way. I am rearranging the pieces of your life, untangling the knots you once thought impossible to unravel. You may be walking through an unfinished painting, where colors blur and shapes are unclear, but I, the Creator, see the masterpiece in full. I know the ending from the beginning, and I know that if you continue to trust me, every current detail will come together into a work of beauty and wholeness, far beyond what your imagination could conceive. My child, do not lean on your limited understanding. Do not let the reasoning of the mind drown out the whisper of faith, for often what I am doing will surpass your comprehension. But what you do not understand today will become the very thing you give thanks for tomorrow. I do not ask you to know everything ahead. I only ask you to acknowledge me in every path. Learn to invite me into every decision, every moment, every heartbeat. And when you do, you will no longer have to grope in the darkness, for my light will illuminate the way before you. I promise you this: I will guide you, not with shouting from afar, but with the gentle whisper within your heart, not by force, but by the tender leading of my love. And whenever you feel confused, I will give you signs. Whenever you are anxious, I will remind you of my past faithfulness. Whenever you feel small, I will remind you that I have chosen you. And when I choose, I also equip. So, my beloved, do not be afraid. Do not let the darkness overshadow the light I have placed within you. Stand firm. Keep moving forward. Step into this new season with courage in your heart, eyes of faith, and a surrendered spirit. For you are not walking alone. You do not have to forge your own path. I have gone before you, clearing the way, removing the obstacles, preparing every detail. All you need to do is take my hand, trust me, and follow. My beloved, I call your name once again, for the appointed time has come. This is not a random moment, not a fleeting instant destined to be forgotten, but a divine appointment set before the foundation of the world, where heaven and earth will meet in your very life. I speak to you now with certainty and love. You are the next. Yes, you are the next, not merely to witness, but to step into a divine encounter, where my presence will touch your spirit so deeply that no words could ever fully describe it. It will not be a passing emotional moment, but a powerful collision between heaven and earth, between eternity and now, between the Almighty and a humble soul who longs for me. You are the next to receive a miracle that defies logic or science, a breakthrough from an unexpected place at an unforeseen time. It will not come because you are strong enough or good enough, but because I am faithful. I am the promise keeper, and I am doing something new in your life. You have prayed. You have waited. At times you nearly lost hope, but now I say to you, prepare your heart, for I am about to do what you have never seen before. There are moments in a person's life called turning points, and you are standing before one now. What is about to unfold will not merely change your outer circumstances, but will transform your heart, your vision, and the very direction of your life. The encounter with me will shatter every mental chain, demolish every lie that ever told you you were not enough, not worthy, or that you would never make it. I will step into that space, and with one word from my mouth, everything will change. My child, you are the next to receive the victory. Not merely a rescue from hardship, but a glorious triumph that will leave you speechless in awe. A victory so overwhelming that you will be unable to keep from praising, unable to stand without falling face down and declaring, Lord, truly, you have done this. This victory will come in humility, not by your strength, but by your surrender, not by strategy, but by obedience, not with noise, but with the whisper of intimacy between you and me. I do not need a crowd to work a miracle. I only need a willing heart, and that heart is yours. Remember this, heaven is not as far from you as you think. It is not in some vague or unreachable place. Heaven is very near, within your simple prayer, within your breath when you call on me with all sincerity. I have heard you. I have seen you. I have acted, even when you haven't noticed. But the moment is coming when you will touch what I have prepared, like a child who reaches light for the first time after a long night. And when that moment comes, you will never be the same. The encounter with me will leave a permanent mark, an eternal shift that no force can take from you. From that moment on, you will live differently, no longer controlled by fear, no longer bound by your past, no longer limited by how others see you. You will live with purpose, with faith, with a joy that surpasses all circumstances. So prepare your heart. Do not fix your eyes on what has yet to happen. Do not fear what is unseen. Look to me. Open your heart and arms wide, for I am coming to you in a new season of grace. You are the next. Not because you are perfect or have done everything right, but because of my unshakable mercy. You are the next for a promotion that surpasses even your wildest dreams. A leap not earned by effort, but by my own hand lifting you up and placing you into the position I have long prepared for you. This promotion is not merely about status, finances, or worldly recognition, though those may come, but about a lifting from within, where your soul is drawn out of the weariness, out of long nights of despair, and into a new height of life, light, and glory. I am leading you out of the barren land of your past, into a land flowing with milk and honey, not a place you could reach on your own, but one I promise and have already prepared. You are the next to receive a blessing, not a fleeting spark like a shooting star, but a firm, lasting, and deep-rooted blessing, built on my promise, filled with the love of a God who never forgets a single word he has spoken. And this blessing will not stop with you. It will overflow to those around you. Your family, your community, everyone you touch will partake in the abundance of grace I am pouring through your life. You are the next for a grace that exceeds expectation, greater than you asked for, far beyond what you dared to hope. You whispered weak prayers in the dark, sometimes barely believing I would hear. But my child, not one of your cries fell into the void. I have kept every tear like a treasure, and now I come not only to answer, but to exceed even your imagination. You are the next for healing. Not just physical healing, but complete restoration, from wounds buried deep in your soul, from nameless pains, from scars you've hidden for so long. I come to touch the places no one else sees, and by the power of my love, what once brought you down will become living testimony of renewal. My child, you are the next for restoration. I will return to you what you thought was lost forever: your joy, your peace, your desire to live, your courage. I will restore broken relationships, resurrect dreams you thought had died, and even restore your very image of yourself. From someone weary and worn to someone filled with fire and hope. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. And now you are being restored. Above all, you are the next for renewal. Not a superficial change, but a new life from the inside out, where the old passes away and you rise again, stronger, clearer, fuller. I am breathing new life into your spirit, raising you like dry bones restored, setting you to stand in this world with unshakable resolve, a heart full of life and eyes that see hope where there once was only darkness. You will no longer be the one who carries the burdens of the past, but you will become a living vessel of salvation and hope. Every step you take will testify that I am real. I am faithful. I am the one who works miracles. And you, yes, you, are part of that miracle. So, my child, doubt no more. Do not ask, why me? Know with certainty that I have chosen you, trained you, refined you through every storm of life, and now I am calling you forth. Step into elevation, step into blessing, step into grace, step into healing and restoration, step into a new life. My beloved child, quiet your heart and open wide your soul, for today I declare you are the next. Not because you possess anything remarkable by worldly standards, but because I see in you a heart that longs, a longing for truth, for life, for light. And I, the Creator, the one who loves you more deeply than anyone ever could, have chosen this moment to impart to you a profound revelation, a heavenly perspective that will transform the way you see yourself, others, and the very essence of life. You are the next to receive wisdom from on high, not wisdom born of books or mere experience, but wisdom that flows from my spirit, illuminating your heart, guiding your thoughts, and unlocking doors you've never dared to dream of. The understanding I give will not inflate your ego, but will strengthen the foundation of your life, so that you may become a light, a guide for others in the darkness. I will unveil the depths of truth, that you may comprehend not only what is happening now, but also what is to come. Doors that once seemed shut, paths that appeared blocked, will open quietly yet powerfully. For I am placing the keys of heaven in your hands, and no one can close what I have opened. You are the next to be immersed in my unconditional love, a love that does not waver with emotion but remains ever present, like arms that hold you whether you are standing tall or have fallen low. This love asks for no proof of worth, does not love you if, does not love you because, but loves you despite your failures, your weakness, your moments of despair. With that love, I give you joy, a joy that is not dependent on circumstance, not quenched by trials, not diminished by shifting winds. The joy I give will be a steady stream, like a spring flowing through the desert. And in the days when you feel swallowed by worry, my peace will guard your heart and mind, a peace the world cannot give and cannot take away. It is peace that surpasses all understanding, anchoring you when nothing else makes sense. Therefore, do not fear. Do not let the shadow of your circumstances shake you. I am with you, not watching from afar as you struggle, but close, so close, in every breath, every moment. Do not grow weary. Do not give up halfway. For I am your God, the one who began a good work in you, and will bring it to completion with splendor. I will strengthen you when your heart is faint, when your hands are weary, when your eyes blur with tears. I will help you, not sometimes, but always, tirelessly, without abandoning you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand, the same hand that holds the universe, that has lifted the fallen, and now lifts you, refusing to let you plunge into the depths of doubt or despair. You are never alone. I say it again, not because you haven't heard it before, but because you need to etch it deeply into your soul. On this journey, even if no one understands, even if no one stands beside you, I am still walking with you, step by step. I not only walk beside you, I fight for you. In the silent battles no one sees, the battles of the mind, the will, the faith, I stand in the midst of the battlefield, defending you, preserving you, and I will grant you victory. My child, I am speaking to you. Every word you need to hear, I am gently pouring into your soul. Not words of condemnation, not words of reproach, but words of healing, of encouragement, of reminder that you are my beloved, my chosen one, the one I will never abandon. I am embracing you even when you feel nothing. Trust that my arms are still wrapped around you. When you think you cannot go on, when you believe you have no strength left to rise again, I am carrying you, not because I see you as weak and unworthy, but because your weakness draws me closer to you. I am your refuge, your strong tower in times of trouble. I am your refuge, the endless source that will flow into your soul when every other well runs dry. And I am your ever-present help, never late, never absent. My beloved, listen deeply, for these are words spoken straight from my heart to yours. Not a stranger's voice, but a familiar one, echoing through the chaos and fragility of life. You are the next. Not by chance, not by coincidence, but the one appointed to step into a new season, one long prepared in the depths of my love and faithfulness. You are the next in line to enter a season of abundance, a season where lack is no more, where you will no longer toil in weariness and worry, but walk in the fullness of life. In this season, blessings will pour like spring rain on a parched soul. This season is not just to fill your hands, but to flood your heart, that you may not merely survive, but live richly, fully, and meaningfully. I will make you like a flourishing garden, like a spring that never runs dry, where goodness endlessly blossoms and multiplies. You are the next to enter a season of laughter, of joy and celebration. The tears you once shed in silence will be exchanged for joyful echoes of song. I will cause your heart to sing for no reason other than my presence alone. I will restore the joy that was lost, return the laughter stolen by fear and burden. This season will bring not merely happiness from without, but joy from within, a sacred, pure, enduring joy, born of the knowledge that you are my child, and I am doing a new thing in you. You are the next to step into a season of peace, of rest, of stillness, where the storms that once raged within you will be calmed by my whisper. I will bring you to a place of rest, not a physical location, but a sacred space within your soul, where you can lay down every burden and dwell safely in my arms. There, every worry will melt away in the light of my supernatural peace, where your soul will be healed and your heart will find rest. You are the next in line to enter a season of maturity. This is the season where I will lift you higher, draw you deeper, bring you closer to me. I will open the eyes of your heart to see more clearly, hear more deeply, love more greatly. This season will not be easy, but it will be worth it. You will no longer merely know me with your mind, but encounter me with your whole being, with every breath, every decision, every kneeling moment in silence. Every trial will fortify you. Every lesson will shape you into the one I envisioned when I formed you. My child, I am doing a new thing in you, and it is already beginning to spring forth. Like a seed once hidden in the soil, now breaking through, pushing upward into the light. Do you not perceive it? Though the eyes may not yet see, your soul already senses the movement. I am making a way in the wilderness, a path no one has walked before, so you may go forth as a pioneer in faith. I am causing streams to burst forth in the desert, where once there seemed to be no life, now suddenly becomes a place of blossoming blessing. New Light Turban by Fred Wilke. Damn, I am turning the desert of your life into a flourishing garden, where the scorching sands of disappointment, loneliness, and pain once ruled. Now the flowers of hope will bloom, trees of faith will rise, and fruits of love will flourish. I am transforming the valley you once walked through into a mountain of glory, from which you will look back and say, "It was you who brought me through." I am not calming the storm by removing it, but by placing you at the center of my presence, where nothing can shake you anymore. Your mourning will turn into dancing. I will take the very losses the enemy used to break you and transform them into the foundation of your restoration and glory. Your sorrow will become unshakable joy. Your pain will not be wasted. It will be woven into a purpose deeper than anything you ever dared to ask for. Your trials are becoming a living testimony. Your afflictions will become priceless lessons. The battle you once thought would bury you will become a resounding victory that proclaims my faithfulness. I am turning your mess into a beautiful message, where others will no longer see brokenness, but a symphony of grace. The scars that once made you hide in shame will now shine like stars, witnessing to my healing and power. The wounds that once brought you to tears will become deep wells of wisdom, so that you may love others with a tender and compassionate heart. My beloved, once again I call your name, not as a distant echo, but as the intimate whisper of one who knows every longing, every step, and every hidden dream in your heart. You have not been overlooked. You are not lost in the crowd. You are next. You are next in line for a divine appointment, a moment predestined before time began, where eternity touches time. And my eternal will break into your reality in such a powerful way that the old will no longer be able to hold you. It is a sacred moment when you will realize this is not just a pause in your journey, but the beginning of an entirely new life. You are next to step into a divine connection, not born of striving or desperate searching, but of my hand arranging it. A person or a community will come at the appointed time, carrying confirmation, support, and activation for the destiny I've placed within you. Loneliness will no longer engulf your soul, for I am surrounding you with those who carry the rhythm of heaven, who will run with you on the sacred path to which you've been called. You are next to receive a divine opportunity, a door that will open, not because you knock, but because I unlock it with the keys of power and mercy. And once it opens, no one will be able to shut it. This opportunity will not be the result of luck, but of my faithfulness. A turning point that leads you into the promised land, where every spoken word over you becomes reality. Do not doubt it when it looks different than you expected, for I always exceed what you imagine in ways you never anticipated. You are next to receive a divine revelation, an explosion of light within your spirit, where my truth won't just give you clarity, it will set you free. Chains of lies, insecurity, pain, and past shame will shatter the moment you see yourself through my eyes. This revelation will not only change the way you live, but the way you love, the way you see, the way you serve, and the way you walk through life, with the freedom and authority I've already given you. You are next for divine intervention, a miracle from on high, not according to your plans, nor by rules you understand, but powerful enough to stop you in your tracks, bring you to tears in holy awe, and make you declare, "The Lord has done this." The intervention will come right on time, not early, not late, but perfect. And when it arrives, doubt will flee, for every part of you will recognize my hand. Therefore, my child, I am calling you to rise, not in your own strength, but in mine. Step out. Step away from what made you quiet. Step away from the familiar. Move forward, not needing to see the whole path, only knowing I hold your hand. I'm calling you to take a leap of faith, a step not founded on human guarantees, but on my unshakable promises. Believe that I am who I say I am, faithful, unchanging, the one who never breaks a promise. Let go of the past. Do not let it define you, nor imprison what I am awakening within you. Release the pain, for I have carried it. Forgive those who hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. Embrace the future. Welcome the new. Step into the unknown with trust and courage, for I am already there, waiting for you. Even if your feet tremble, take the step, for every step of faith brings you closer to me. I call you to be bold, courageous, unafraid, not because you are strong, but because I am with you. Not because you are flawless, but because I am perfect strength in your weakness. My child, I am calling you to become exactly who I created you to be, not a copy of anyone else, but the radiant original image I engraved deep in your soul. Walk in the fullness of your identity. You do not need to find it out there. It's already within you, woven by eternity, shaped by my own hand. And now is the time to live it out, without delay, without hesitation, without needing the world's permission. My beloved, open your heart to receive what I am revealing, for this is not a moment of randomness or coincidence. This is a divinely appointed time, a moment when I call you by name from the crowd, set you apart and say, you are the one appointed next, not because you met every requirement, but because of my unchanging love and gracious plan formed before the foundation of the world. You are next to step into a season saturated with heavenly favor. This is not a streak of temporary luck, but a time overflowing with both spiritual and physical blessings. In this season, you will feel my provision like a refreshing breeze in a dry summer, not in drops, but in waves of abundance, flooding every corner of your life. The things you once had to strive for will come to you by my hand. What was once delayed will now be restored in the fullness of my timing. This is a season of grace, not earned, but lavishly given. You are next to step into a season of total breakthrough. Not merely a change in circumstances, but a deep inner transformation. An eruption from within, leading to visible shifts around you. I will open paths you thought were permanently blocked. Dreams buried under disappointment, plans abandoned out of fear, will receive my breath and rise again. You will witness success far beyond the limitations you once placed on yourself. For I am not bound by circumstance, ability, or time. You are next for a season of profound healing, a time where I will gently uncover the wounds buried beneath your smile. The hidden hurts no one knows. I know, and I am about to touch them. You will no longer merely survive, but come alive again with a heart healed, a spirit restored, and a self renewed. I will trade your burdens for peace, your sighs for praise. You will no longer walk in doubt about your worth, for I will clothe you with the robe of anointing, rebirth, and divine affirmation. You are next to step into a season overflowing with true love, holy joy, and lasting rest. Not the fragile love of this world, but my love, unchanging, unconditional, unshakable. The love of the one who engraved your name on the palm of my hand. That love will heal the places you feared love the most. The joy I give will no longer depend on what you have or lack, but on the unshakable truth that I am always with you, and my peace will cover you like the morning light, soaking into your thoughts, your breath, your words. No more anxious shadows in your mind, only inner stillness, secure in me. And my child, through it all, I am not distant. I am not merely observing from heaven. I am walking beside you, closer than close, never leaving. I am not only the Almighty, I am also the Intimate One. Not only by your side in triumph, but holding your hand when you stumble. We will walk through this season together, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, heart to heart. There is not a single step you must take alone. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not extra. Even when the world turns away, Even when hearts change, I have never turned my face from you. You are not just loved, you are deeply loved. You are not just called, you are purposefully appointed. You are not merely part of my plan, you are a vital piece of it. You are chosen. You are raised up. You are anointed. You are sent. And above all, you are destined to do what only you can do in the way I designed. So, my child, do not shrink back. Do not doubt. Do not look behind. The old is gone. The new is rising. And you, yes, you, are the one appointed next to live in the fullness of it all. My beloved child, now is the time I call you to rise, not in fear or hesitation, but in full assurance and steadfast faith that you are the one I have appointed next. You, whom I have prepared through every season, every trial, every tear, so that at this very moment you may step fully and powerfully into the position destined for you. This is no longer the time to sit and wait, nor to hide in the confusion of the past. It is time for you to rise and enter the divine destiny I designed for you from the beginning. Believe this. You are not forgotten, not left behind, not replaced. Your name remains etched on the palm of my hand, and my gaze has been upon you since before you were formed, even now. I have seen every step you've taken, every fall, every time you struggled to rise again. And I say, enough, my child. Now is the time to rise. Rise and take up the role you were created to carry. Do not let the words of the past drown out my voice in the present. Do not let the limitations others have placed on you become chains that keep you from soaring in the freedom I've given you. Within you are things only you were entrusted to carry: a unique light, a distinct voice, a singular influence. I did not call you to imitate another. I called you to become the fullest version of yourself in me. Every detail of who you are serves a purpose. The tenderness of your soul, your spiritual sensitivity, even the scars that once brought you shame, all are becoming evidence of a redeemed journey. Stand in that identity. Live out what I have already written in the scroll of your life. Rise and embrace the future I have prepared. Do not look back in regret or shame, for the former things have passed, and behold, I am doing a new thing. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up, do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Isaiah 43:19. You have known the wilderness, but now I am releasing living waters into the dry places. I will not only restore what was lost, I will give you more than you ever dared to dream. What you thought was the end, I will use as the beginning. What you saw as pain, I will turn into purpose. All that has been, I am weaving into a garment of glory that you will wear as you step into this new season. Rise and walk in the fullness of my love. Not a love that hinges on perfection, but the love of a father who never abandons his child. I love you when you are strong, and I love you when you are weary. I love you when you run, and I love you when you crawl through pain. My love does not change. It is your soul's deepest resting place. You do not have to strive to be accepted, you already are. Nothing you do can make me love you more. And nothing you've done can make me love you less. In my love, you are healed, restored, uplifted, and reestablished. Walk with the confidence of one who is deeply loved, and let that love pave the way before you. A path not made by human hands, but by my own. Rise and shine, the time for hiding is over. The light within you was never meant to be hidden. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 61. The world is drowning in confusion, fear, and meaninglessness. But I have placed within you a lamp, a fire from heaven, so you may not only live but illuminate. You are called to lead, to encourage, to heal, to restore, not because you are better than others, but because you said yes to me. And with that one yes, I will shake the world around you. You are the next one, not in a dream, not a fleeting comfort, but a sacred truth from my mouth. I have chosen you. I have anointed you. I have appointed you for such a time as this. Take your place, not with pride, but with profound humility, knowing that everything you have is from me, and everything you will do will be by me. Don't wait any longer. Don't delay the dream I planted in your heart. Don't doubt simply because things are unclear. I do not demand perfection. I am looking for a willing heart. And remember this, wherever you go, whatever you face, I am with you. This is not just a promise. It is an eternal covenant between me and you. I will not let you fight alone. I will not send you into battles without heavenly help. When you are tired, I will be your strength. When you are confused, I will be your wisdom. When you are lonely, I will be your unfailing presence. You may not always see me, but I have never left. I am the one within you, ahead of you, behind you, and surrounding you. In every breath, every step, every decision, I am your companion. Rise, my child, rise, even if your legs tremble, as long as your heart stands firm. Rise with the past behind you, the future ahead, and I with you in the present, holding your hand, calling you forward. For you are the next one. And I, the Almighty, the Faithful One, will not only lead you, I will walk with you to the very end. My beloved child, I know there have been moments when your soul grew weary from waiting. Times when you felt frozen as life rushed around you, and it seemed that all I promised showed no sign of fulfillment. I have seen the times you looked up with a heavy heart, asking, Lord, when? When will my prayers be answered? When will the breakthrough I long for come? When will this path become clear? And child, even in those moments that felt hopeless, I was there, not distant, not indifferent, but quietly working good in my eternal realm, beyond your limited sight. I want you to understand something deeply and unshakably. My timing is perfect, never early, never late. And though it may not align with the schedule you imagined, it always fits precisely within the good plan I've designed. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. Isaiah 55:8. You see delay, but I see preparation. You see silence, but I am giving you space for faith to grow, trust to take root, and for you to learn to walk in darkness with confidence in my light. I understand that you live within time, and when things don't come quickly, you begin to question their value or existence. But child, true faith does not flourish in quick answers. It grows in trust amid the unseen. When you see nothing happening, it does not mean nothing is happening. It means I am laying foundations. The higher the building, the deeper the foundation. The delay you feel is the very sign that something deep and lasting is being established. There is a sacred rhythm to my work, child. A flow that cannot be rushed, cannot be driven by fear or impatience. Just as the seasons of the earth cannot be forced to change by human will, so too the seasons of your life are ordained by my wise and gracious timing. Planting and harvest do not happen in the same season. And true maturity does not come from instant results, but from your choice to be faithful in the quiet in between. You may not see it now, but I am working. Behind the scenes, in the smallest details, I am preparing you just as I am preparing the circumstances so that when both are ready, nothing can stop the unveiling of my promise. Sometimes I delay not to punish, but to protect you from what you are not yet ready to receive. Sometimes I slow the pace so that strength may be forged, trust may deepen, and you may become the one who can carry and preserve the blessing you've prayed for. Do not be deceived by the silence. Do not let the waiting wear down the hope in your heart. See the delay as an invitation to draw closer to me, for in those quiet spaces, I want you to hear my whisper more clearly. When the noise of life fades, your spirit can attune to my heartbeat, a beat that is never rushed, but always sure. Remember, the trust you place in me is never in vain. Even when you cannot see, I am still working. Even when you cannot hear, I am still speaking. Even when you have not stepped in, I am already making the way. In those moments when the path feels too clouded, remember this. My light always arrives right on time, not to reveal everything at once, but to give you enough to keep walking in faith. Do not despise the season of waiting. Instead, let it become the place where faith is refined, perseverance is born, and worship is deepened. Keep sowing prayers, even if you haven't seen the first grain appear. Keep being faithful, even when your emotions do not follow. Keep obeying, even when there seems to be no temporary encouragement. I promise you, the harvest will come. Not a single tear you shed is wasted. Not one whispered prayer is forgotten. No act of faithfulness is meaningless. I am recording it all, and when the season comes, everything will unfold swiftly, beyond what you could have imagined. Doors will open, turning points will arise, and you will see that every moment of waiting, every silence, every trial had purpose in the light of my faithfulness. So, my child, be strong. Do not be discouraged by time. Do not panic at the silence. Do not give up just because things aren't clear. For I am doing a new thing, even when your eyes cannot yet perceive it. And in the time I have appointed, every promise will be fulfilled. Beloved one, quiet your soul like soft soil beneath the dawn, and listen deeply to what I am saying. A truth that remains unchanged, no matter where your circumstances may shift. I am working in your life even when you do not see it. Like a seed buried beneath the ground, hidden from sight, surrounded by the dark and damp, it does not mean it isn't alive, moving, or growing. On the contrary, within that secret place, a quiet miracle is taking place. A seed does not sprout overnight. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes a sower who trusts that even without visible results, something is being birthed beneath the surface. In the same way, I have planted seeds of purpose, of faith, of calling within you. These are not fleeting thoughts or temporary emotions. They are eternal sprouts of life. Chosen, placed, and nurtured by my living word. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. Do not be quick to despair when you see no fruit. Just as fruit does not appear before its season, every result in your life needs its appointed time, and that timing is not in your hands, but in mine. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Nothing you're going through is random. No trial is without meaning. Everything is mysteriously working together for your good, even the things you wish to forget. You may have asked, why is everything taking so long? Why hasn't my dream come true? Why are your promises still silent? My child, what you see as delay, I see as preparation. What you feel as failure, I see as refining. What you call silence, I call sacred ground, where faith takes root. No tear you shed is ever wasted. No whispered prayer is ever ignored. I not only hear, you must know. I remember, I understand, and I'm using it all to shape you. Even your stumbles I use to teach you how to rise in humility. Even your failures I transform into lessons of maturity. Even those who left you, I allowed so that you might learn to lean on me, not on the arm of flesh. Everything that happens in your life I use to paint a greater picture, a canvas of destiny. I know there are days you wake up feeling like you've made no progress. Nights where you feel empty, lost, even doubting yourself. But my child, even on your cloudiest days, the seed I planted is still rooting beneath. Life is still multiplying, and one day, when you least expect it, everything I started in you will burst forth, like spring after a long winter, full of strength, beauty, and wonder. I do not rush my work, because what is precious requires time, and you, yes you, are my most precious work in progress, shaped by patience, mercy, and unending love. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. You are not unfinished. You are not a forgotten dream. You are one being formed, completed little by little until you fully reflect my glory. So, my child, stand firm. Do not uproot what I've planted just because you haven't seen fruit yet. Do not give up halfway because the process is longer than you expected. Keep walking, step by step if needed, in faith, in obedience, in gratitude, and leave the growth to me, for life comes from me, and the harvest too is in my hands. Remember, in every circumstance, whether joy or sorrow, light or darkness, I remain faithful, and what I have begun in you, I will not leave unfinished. I am the sower who never wastes a seed, and you, my child, are the soil I continue to cultivate. With the living word, with deep grace, and with eternal love. One day soon, you will look back through tears of praise and say, Lord, you never forgot me. You made everything beautiful in your perfect time. And you will realize that no waiting was wasted, because the fruit of faith is always worth more than anything rushed. All you need to do is keep believing, keep obeying, and keep your heart tender before me. The rest, my child, leave to me, to do what only I can do. Beloved one, once more I draw near to you, not in judgment, not with the noise of the world, but with a sacred whisper that slips into the depths of your spirit to remind you, I am still here. I have never left you. I know there are unexpected turns in life. There are detours you never asked for, shifts that seem completely opposite from the dreams you've prayed over, and you wonder what is happening. Do you hear me? Are you still there? And in the middle of these seemingly unanswered questions, I want you to know, I am working, not to punish you, but to divinely redirect you to the place where you truly belong. What you think is a wrong turn, I'm using as a path to a greater blessing and deeper fulfillment. I see the whole picture, what you cannot yet see. And when a door closes, it's not always a rejection, often it's protection. I don't close anything in your life without a good purpose behind it. The things you hoped for, but didn't come to pass, perhaps they were the very things I spared you from because they wouldn't have led you to true life. I know it's hard to understand. I know holding on to faith when everything looks unclear is a great test. You've sat in darkness, holding tightly to promises that felt powerless. You've sighed in the night, asking me why you've had to wait so long. But my child, what you call delay is often preparation. A great step requires a strong foundation, and I will not bring you into harvest until your soul is ready to carry the fruit. I am calling you into a deeper level of faith, not the easy kind that floats when all is well, but the mature kind. Faith that chooses to believe when nothing is seen, chooses to walk when nothing is heard, and chooses to cling to my word when all else falls away. This is the faith that makes you unshakable, like a tree planted by the waters, whose roots go deep, not because of the rain, but because it knows the winds will come. Remember, faith is not the absence of doubt. It is the decision to trust me despite your doubts. Faith is when you choose to say, even if nothing is clear, I still know you are good. It's when you decide to hold firm to my promise, even when your reality seems to defy every word. It's when you surrender your timing to my perfect calendar, knowing I am never late nor early. I am always on time. My child, maybe in the past you felt I was silent for too long. There were days you looked around and wondered if I still remembered you, if I still heard your silent prayers. Nights when you awoke in tears, whispering, God, where are you? And I want you to know this. I have never left. Even when you could not feel my presence, I was covering you. I was in every heartbeat, every breath. I was whispering to my angels, watch over my beloved child. I have not only remembered you, I have never taken my eyes off you, not for a single moment. Even when you wandered, when your heart grew cold, when your faith shook, my love remained. And if you are in a season of confusion, if you're standing at a crossroads unsure of which way to go, take a step back, close your eyes, and simply remember, I still hold your hand. You don't need to see the full path, only to know that I've gone before you. You don't need to understand the purpose, only to believe that it exists. You don't need to be strong all the time, only faithful with the small steps. My child, do not let your circumstances steal your trust. Do not let time drain your hope. Do not let the noise drown out my gentle whisper within your heart. You may not understand it all, but this you can be sure of. I am guiding you. I am protecting you. I am loving you, and I will never leave you until every word I have spoken over you is fulfilled in its most glorious beauty. So now, walk forward, with faith, with trust, with open hands to receive what is new, and with a heart that knows, no matter what, you never walk alone. For I, your Lord, your Father, your Creator and Redeemer, am with you in every breath, every step, all the way to the end. I am leading you to a place of greater blessing, a land not only filled with abundance, but also where your soul will find rest, restoration, and fruitfulness. It is a place where you will no longer live by anxiety, but by the guidance of peace, no longer bound by fear, but liberated by my perfect love. You may not yet see the destination, but every step I am guiding you through is leading you toward purpose, abundance, and a life fulfilled. I know that along the way some doors will close, doors you won't understand. You will stand at the threshold of what you once deeply longed for, only to see it shut before your eyes. You will feel disappointed, perhaps even question my love. But my child, what you perceive as rejection is often my protection. I will not let you enter a place where my presence has not gone before, nor will I let you step into something that would later wither your soul. A closed door is not the end. It is direction. I am not taking from you, I am removing what must be removed to place into your hands something better, truer, and more enduring. And then there will be times when everything seems to slow down. What feels like delay to you is process to me. Everything I do carries purpose and timing. To everything there is a season, a time for every matter under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. If I gave you what you asked for now, before you were fully prepared, that very blessing could become a burden. So I delay, not to harm you, but to shape you. I am preparing your heart, deepening your faith, and awakening within you a perseverance that only those willing to be refined can ever experience. My child, I know the hardest part is not the suffering itself, but the suffering without understanding. The greatest trial is not loss, but loss without meaning. Yet, I am calling you to a deeper faith, a place where you trust me without seeing the plan, where you walk forward without knowing what lies ahead, where you remain faithful even when there is no certainty beyond my word. True faith is not the absence of doubt. It is not the clarity of your mind or the fullness of your emotions. Faith is a choice. It is when you stand in the storm and still say, Lord, I believe. It is when everything around you seems to fall apart, yet you cling to my promise as if it were your only lifeline. It is when you refuse to rely on what you see and instead choose to trust in the one who never changes. Remember this: I do not work according to your schedule, but I am never late by heaven's timeline. And if you are willing to entrust your time to me, I will make all things beautiful in their appointed season. I do not only see your present, I see your future. I do not only hear your prayers, I see the outcome of their fulfillment. And because I love you, I will never let you walk into something for which you are not yet ready to receive and sustain. My child, the moments when you feel I am most distant are often the very times I am closest. The times you collapse, feeling abandoned, are when I am silently holding you. The nights you cry without seeing a way out are when my hand rests quietly on your forehead, drawing a path through the storm. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are in the midst of a loving process that is shaping and leading you into glory. So do not fear, my child. Do not let uncertainty rob you of trust. Do not let time erode your hope. Be steadfast. Be faithful. Believe. For I, who began this good work in you, will bring it to completion in perfect wisdom and unfailing love. And on that day when you look back, you will see every closed door, every delay, every unexpected turn was not a failure, but a divinely guided step along the path to life, peace, and a future full of hope. For I, the Eternal One, am still walking with you, and I will not leave you until what I have promised comes to pass in glory. My beloved child, I know every hidden place in your soul. I see even the questions you have not yet voiced, the silent doubts you carry within, and the pain you try to mask behind a weary smile. There have been nights when you lifted your eyes to the darkness, tears clouding your vision, heart weighed down, and whispered, "God, where are you? Do you hear me? Do you still care?" I do not fault you for asking. On the contrary, I understand. I know the frailty of the human heart. I know the limits of emotion, and I do not abandon you in your moments of doubt. My child, I have never forgotten you. I have never turned my face away from you, even when you turned from me. I have never ceased working for your good, even when you cannot see, even when you cannot feel. I am still moving, quietly weaving goodness in the dark, laying foundations for things that will endure, and preparing a path only you are meant to walk. Even in your loneliest moments, I am there, not only beside you, but within you, around you, covering you like an unbroken cloak. When you thought you had lost your way, I was gently steering you. When you were shattered and believed nothing was left, it was in those broken pieces that I was healing you, mending your story with my gentleness and power. There is no pain you endure that I do not feel, no tear you shed that I do not treasure. I am the God who sees you, knows you, and loves you more than you've ever dared to believe. My love is not swayed by how you feel today or by whether you think you've done enough. My love for you does not come from your worthiness, but from my unchanging nature. I love you not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. My plan for you is whole, even when you don't understand. I am not confined by human schedules or worldly expectations. My timing is governed by eternal wisdom, not fleeting emotions. You may think I am late, but I have never missed the appointed moment. What you perceive as delay is often preparation. What you see as silence may actually be protection. I see not only your current situation, I see the whole picture. I see where you are going. I see what you need to learn. I see the enemies you do not yet know, and I am clearing the path, dismantling obstacles, building strength, and preserving your steps. In the silence that seems endless, I am still working. Through every circumstance, every change, every challenge, I am using them all to complete something deeper, greater, and more beautiful. You may feel small and powerless, but I do not see you that way. I see the potential I have planted, the gifts I have placed, the calling I spoke over you before you were formed in your mother's womb. I know you. I understand you. I did not make a mistake in choosing you. I did not place you on this earth merely to survive. I placed you in the middle of a sacred plan that surpasses all temporary understanding. I am not bound by time, for I created it. I am not constrained by circumstances, for I govern them. I am not hindered by the impossible, for I am the God of the impossible. What is out of reach for you takes only a word from me. What you call failure, I use as material for building. What you cannot even imagine, I have already seen from the beginning. So, my child, rest in this truth. You are not forsaken. No matter how you feel, I am here. Whether in the desert or the valley, in confusion or shadow, I remain your steadfast refuge. Do not fear what you don't understand. Do not let delay steal your faithfulness. Do not let today's emotions rob you of the faith you've built over years. I am the faithful one. Let your heart be reminded, everything in your life, though painful, though confusing, though contrary to your expectations, is being woven by me for a divine and good purpose. One day, you will look back and realize the moments you thought I was most absent were the very moments I carried you on my shoulders. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Jeremiah 31:3. So trust, my child, even when you cannot see. Hold on, even when you do not understand. Step forward, even when your knees tremble. For I, your Lord, the one who chose you, will never let go of your hand. My beloved, open your spirit and listen to my voice, the gentle yet sovereign voice that transcends time and circumstance, the voice that has echoed since the beginning of creation and still calls your name today. I want to remind you, my timing is perfect, not dictated by human schedules, not limited by earthly conditions, and not swayed by the emotions you are going through. Not swayed by the emotions you are going through, I am the Eternal One, the Maker of time, and I stand outside of time, while stepping into time to act for my people and for you. Remember this, I have never failed. Throughout every page of Scripture, I have shown myself to be the faithful one, the promise keeper, the one who acts at the appointed time. Even when my people could not understand, even when they complained, doubted, or grew weary, I still moved, still led, still fulfilled what I had spoken. Abraham and Sarah waited many years for the promise of a child. When they were old, when life seemed no longer possible from their aged bodies, that was the moment I came, not earlier, not later, but exactly at the appointed time. At the appointed time I will return to you, and Sarah will have a son. Genesis 18:14. I did not just bring forth a child, I resurrected hope, restored faith, and proved that my timing is not only perfect, but glorious. Joseph, a young man sold into slavery, falsely accused, forgotten in prison, seemed destined for a life of obscurity. Yet, on a day I appointed, Joseph was lifted from the pit to the palace. Do you think he understood everything that was happening? No. But he chose to hold on to faith, and I moved at the right time. Not early, not late, but right on time, so that my word would be fulfilled and his destiny revealed. Moses, the one I chose to deliver the people of Israel, waited 40 years in the wilderness. Those 40 years were not wasted. They were my time of shaping his heart, making him humble and ready. And only when he no longer trusted in his own strength did I call him. For that was the moment he would no longer lean on himself, but fully rely on me. My child, I want you to know this. My timing is not only reserved for the heroes of Scripture in ages past. It is for you, right here, in the seemingly ordinary life you are living. Those stories are not merely history. They are reminders that I am still moving. I am the unchanging God. I, the Lord, do not change, so you, the descendants of Jacob, are not destroyed. Malachi 3:6. And because I do not change, what I have done before I will do again. What I have promised, I will fulfill. What I have begun in you, I will bring to completion in my perfect time. You may be in a season of waiting, where you pray and the heavens seem silent. You may look around and see others entering harvest while you are still sowing with tears. You may have asked me many times, Lord, what have I done wrong? Have you forgotten me? But, my child, let me remind you, I have never left you. Even when you cannot feel me, I am present. Even when you cannot hear my voice, I am working. In the background, in the quiet, with wisdom too deep for human eyes to grasp. You may think closed doors are rejection, but I say they are protection. You may feel delays are pointless hindrances, but I say they are refining processes. You may see only a blurry path ahead, but I see the wide road opening, where all things are aligning to lead you into greater blessing. I am the one who parted the Red Sea, who shut the mouths of lions in their den, who calmed the stormy sea, who called the dead to life. I am the one who held back time so my people could win the battle, and the one who came to Bethlehem at the exact moment to be born and bring salvation to all humankind. So do you think I would be late for your life? No, my child, I am never late. Trust me. Trust even when you do not understand. Trust when your circumstances seem to contradict my promises. Trust even when your heart is filled with questions, because faith is not the absence of doubt. It is the decision to place your trust in me in the midst of your doubts. Faith is holding on to my word even when everything around you screams otherwise. Faith is endurance in the darkness, knowing that light will come, for I am the light that never fades. I am holding your hand. I am not distant. I am not uninvolved. I am within you. I am walking beside you. I am fighting for you. And I am holding time in my hands, perfectly, precisely, always, for your good. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. My child, you are not forgotten. You are not invisible to me. You are not abandoned on your journey. On the contrary, you are deeply loved, deliberately chosen, anointed, and appointed for a sacred purpose. What you are going through is not random. Every tear you have shed has not been wasted. They are the rain watering the seeds I have planted in your heart, and in the time I have ordained, they will sprout, bloom, and bear fruit beyond what you have imagined. So, my child, do not give up. Do not let time erode your hope. Do not let silence make you question my faithfulness. Stand firm. Keep praying. Keep sowing in faith. Keep obeying, even in the smallest things. For I am coming, and my reward is with me. We will walk through this season, hand in hand, heart to heart, spirit to spirit. When you are weary, I will carry you. When you are lost, I will guide you. When you are broken, I will heal you. When you are weak, my power will be made perfect in you. Look back on what I have done, in my word, in history, in your very life, and know this for certain: I am still the same. Faithful, loving, merciful, all-powerful. What I have promised, I will perform. What I have begun, I will complete. What I have stirred, I will sustain until the day of full blossom and fruit. You are loved. You are chosen. You are called. You are anointed. You are destined. And above all, you are never alone. For I, your Lord, the living one, yesterday, today, and forever, will always be with you. Yesterday, today, and forever will always be. Lord, teach me to trust your timing. When my eyes do not see, when my ears do not hear, when my heart does not understand, grant me an unwavering faith. Help me not to rush ahead of you, but to walk patiently beside you, believing that all things in you are beautiful and perfect in their appointed time. Almighty God, shape my spirit in the refining fire of time. If my faith must be forged, then forge it. If my pride must be stripped, then strip it. If things need to be removed from me, then take them away. For I know your goal is not ease, but maturity, Christlessness. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that together we can build a strong community of faith.